That's a powerful start to Uzo's story, rich in culture, community, and the hardships of rural life. Here's a polished continuation that maintains the essence of what you've written while enhancing the storytelling flow and clarity. Uzo, a native of Oba in Anambra State, Nigeria, lost both of his parents when he was only 4 years old. Following their passing, he was taken in by his uncle, Mazi Namdi Okafor, a well respected man in the village who had 4 wives and 18 children. They all lived together under one roof, a compound buzzing with life and activity. Mazi Namdi Okafor, like most men in the community, was a farmer. In their village, farming wasn't just an occupation, it was a way of life. The people relied heavily on the land for sustenance and survival. Cash crops like yam, cassava, and maize were cultivated by the men, while the women tended to vegetable gardens, removed weeds, and ensured the healthy growth of crops. This cycle of planting, harvesting, and preserving repeated every year, anchoring their lives to the rhythm of the seasons. Uzo quickly adapted to this way of life. Over the years, he learned the intricacies of farming, how to prepare the land, plant during the right season, and store crops properly. He worked hard, rising early with the rest of the household and pulling his weight in the fields. After 14 years under his uncle's roof, Uzo had grown into a strong and capable young man. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills and cast a golden glow over the farmland, Mazi Namdi Okafor called him aside for a conversation. Uzo, my son, he began, his voice deep and deliberate, we've just finished this year's farming season. The seeds for next year have been preserved, and we've sold the surplus for some cash to sustain the family and add to our yearly savings. But now, I must speak to you about your future. Uzo looked up at his uncle, a mix of curiosity and uncertainty in his eyes. Great, let's continue Uzo's story. Mazi Namdi Okafor adjusted the wrapper around his waist, his eyes fixed on the fading horizon as he continued. You have been under my roof for 14 years, he said. You came here as a boy, lost and broken. But today, you are a man, not just in body, but in spirit. I have watched you wake before dawn, carry baskets heavier than yourself, and work these lands with dedication. You have earned your place among men. Uzo remained silent, the weight of his uncle's words settling in. He respected Mazi Namdi deeply, not just as an uncle, but as the man who had raised him, fed him, taught him everything he knew. I have been thinking, Mazi Namdi continued. It is time you start building a life of your own. Not because I want to send you away, no, but because every man must plant his own roots, just like the yam we bury deep in the earth, so it can sprout and multiply. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small leather pouch. Opening it carefully, he brought out a folded piece of paper and handed it to Uzo. This, he said, is the deed to a small piece of land by the riverbank. It is fertile and untouched. I have kept it aside for you all these years. Uzo stared at the paper, unsure what to say. Land? His own land? You will start small, Mazi Namdi said with a calm smile. One plot, but with hard work it will grow. You have learned all you need to know. Now it is your turn to lead. Uzo's throat tightened. Gratitude welled in his chest, but so did fear. Could he manage it all on his own? Mazi Namdi placed a firm hand on his shoulder. You will not be alone. The land may be yours, but the roots of this family are strong. We will help you when you need it, but this path, Uzo, is yours to walk.